Vale. Buenas. Vamos a por el tercer capítulo de Disco Elysium. El segundo terminó de forma abrupta. Me está dando unos fogonazos de estos azules muy raros. Este juego, no sé. Pero bueno, vamos a intentar que esta vez no se corte. Capítulo 3. Ok. Vamos a ver si podemos vender ahora en el fleet todo lo que hemos cogido y de esa manera comprar tabaco. Vale, está viendo. Vale, veamos.
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says 1 bottle equals 10.
Tengo
Your
muchas.
bottles clunk into the machine and the money appears with a satisfying
1,60.
jingle. Your
Tampoco mucho. Ahí puedo comprar tabaco.
A colorful display of cigarettes and alcohol bottles line the shop wall, inviting you closer.
Again, I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health. Here you go, mister.
Tabaco. Vale, misión. Vale, puedo ponérmelos cuando necesite más inteligencia, ¿no? Allá. Aquí tabaco. Tengo 4 usos. Vale, lo puedo usar cuando lo puedo usar. Vale, tengo eso. Vámonos entonces. Qué miedo me dan los fogonazos, tío. Ok, un cartel.
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic.
¿Qué hago mirando esto?
Cop habit. You look at everything. This isn't case related. You
¿Qué
think.
clase de vehículo rodó por aquí?
Hard to say. Your vision is blurred and you're having difficulty concentrating thanks to your relentless hangover.
A causa de la implacable resaca. Debería de comprar algo para quitarme la resaca, ¿no? Visión espacial. ¿Puedo subir la visión espacial? ¿Con algo? ¿Quitándome algo? Visión espacial. La camisa que me da más abstracción. Vale, no puedo. Venga. Vale, esta es la imagen general, ¿vale? Un niño tirándole piedras. Huellas.
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. His lips are fish-like and his tongue like a ball gag in his mouth. You seem to be holding your breath.
Parece que estás conteniendo la respiración.
A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in even through your clenched nostrils.
Uf. Dios, qué asco, porque huele tan mal. Soltarte la nariz sin vomitar. O apartarte. Dios, que asco, porque huele tan mal.
Active decay. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging.
He's about to blow! Cock's gonna blow, Kuno!
No tengo resistencia. Resistencia muy baja. Apartarme. Antes de vomitar, tío. Huele a carne podrida y lácteos fermentados. Un ser humano se descompone. Vale. Alguien intenta cultivar plantas en este invernadero. Una escalera para niños un poco desvencijada, pero practicable. Vale. Un mecanismo de cabestrante. Lleva varios años oxidándose.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, eternite.
Percepción.
It's nothing. Someone just left some roofing material slanted against an old shack.
Necesito mejorar la percepción. Vale. ¿Puedo subir? No, no. No puedo subir. Vale, vale. Vale, el cuerpo. ¿Y aquí qué hay? La letra R lleva una corona. Como una elevada luz desciende.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, whirling in rags.
Es el contenedor de basura del bar.
There's something in there, not necessarily connected to the case, but still.
¿Qué hago mirándote?
The body is downwind from here. Maybe you prefer the smell of garbage to the smell of death.
Prefieres el olor de la basura al de la muerte. Teniente, ¿qué es que habrá dentro?
Trash, food waste from the cafeteria. They lock these containers to keep the derelicts from flocking in. Could be evidence too.
Presiento que hay algo ahí
What do you
dentro.
mean, feel?
Es una corazonada. Quizás alguien tira algo ahí dentro. ¿Cómo
We
lo
could try
abrimos?
using a pry bar, the one you took from my motor carriage, or we could ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags. He probably has one.
Podemos preguntarle al gerente del Whirling si tiene la llave. Vale, forma física muy baja. Vale. Podemos ir al... Tenemos una misión, ¿no? Abrir el contenedor. Aquí está. Hay un contenedor de basura cerrado detrás del Whirling. El gerente debería tener la llave. También podrías intentar forzarlo con la palanca. Vale.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, whirling in rags.
No tengo la herramienta. Vale, vale, vale. Vamos a quitar la palanca. Aquí. La palanca. Venga. A ver ahora.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, whirling in rags.
Muy bajo, tío. Forma física 3. Qué poca forma física, ¿no, tío? Forma física 3. Ventaja por objetos. La voy a ir a por la llave.
Force time
Vale.
isn't happening. You've jammed the pry bar under the lid, but it just isn't bending.
¿Qué puto metal es este? No consigo abrirlo, venga.
Let's have...
Vamos a hablar con el guaje. Muy cabrón,
Kuno's
saca.
got this.
No debe tener más de 12 años.
Oh yeah, nappa gumpy, Kuno.
Asunto policial. ¿Me concedes un momento, por favor?
Can't talk, pig. Shit's coming up strong. Throwing rocks.
Tengo que tirar piedras.
Shit coming up strong. That sounds good. Joyous. You should hang out with this kid and see what that juicy shit is all about. I mean drugs. The
Droga.
kid's on drugs.
El chico va hasta las cejas.
Yeah, Kuno, ride the lightning, Kuno.
Kuno's riding at sea.
The rake, Kuno.
El rastrillo.
You
Kuno.
should throw the rake at him, Kuno.
Tira el
The
rastrillo.
fuck does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener.
¿Qué deberíamos hacer?
We shouldn't do anything. I don't tempt such forces. You will
fuerzas?
see.
Y esta no vuelta.
The
Estos dos
fuck
hermanos.
are you talking about?
He's calling us Kuno. He says we're fucking each other.
Hostia, vaya pirados. Tengo que hacer unas
All right,
cuentas.
entertain the Kuno. Show me what you got. What you got there? What you got, huh? Show me what you got.
Y un escudo.
Kuno's Kuno, pig.
Es una especie de nombre pandilla.
Yeah, Kuno's in a fucking gang. In a bang gang. Kuno bangs for Magier, bangs for Mazda, bangs for Revachol.
Watch out, Kuno. He's trying to fiddle you. He's gonna put his hands on you.
La cosa tras la valla.
Help! Pig's got Kuno. Help! Rape!
Help! He's got the Kuno, help!
¿Quién está haciendo nada?
Everybody, please! He's digging his dick out!
Tiene la chorra.
Escalate, Kuno. His dick is out. You're afraid.
Pigs in here in Kuno! Somebody, please!
¿Quién te incita a hacer
No
esto?
one? Kuno's doing this because he likes it, pig.
This is where Kuno establishes dom.
Help! The pig's gagging him. Kuno can't speak.
¿A qué viene esta pantomima enfermiza?
No! Get off Kuno, you sick fat fuck!
¿Alguien te ha metido en esto?
You put him up to this yourself when you decided to talk to him in the first place.
Listen to your friend.
Ha sido Art.
Kuno owns the fat ass. Help! The RCM is trying to fuck Kuno!
¿Estás colocado?
Help! Misters, help!
Vamos, bien no está,
He's
está claro.
flashing Kuno! He's showing his genitals! If you don't help Kuno now, it'll be too late! Look. I know you wanted to hit me. You got that I'm gonna fuck that Kuno up look that Kuno's dad gets. The murder look. The rage look.
Kuno, ¿puedes leerme la
I
mente?
can. Kuno can smell that violent shit. I know what you were thinking. I'm gonna fuck that Kuno up. I'm gonna shut his shit down. You know what? You should have hit the Kuno because
Grita.
now you're nothing. You're a joke to Kuno. Kuno laughs at you. King Kuno!
Kuno turned you into his prison, bitch. You're gonna be in this shit with Kuno.
No, you're not. We can just leave.
Bitch, you're gonna be in this shit with Kuno forever.
Peepo is a type of hat, by the way.
Bonito
You don't
tipo.
talk to me about my fucking peeper. You don't know where I come from. You just Kuno's bottom bitch.
Tengo unas preguntas sobre la escena del crimen.
Kuno is kind to his bitch. Ask your questions, but remember, this changes shit.
Click, 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 click.
Háblame del cadáver.
Shitload pig. What's your question?
Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno.
¿Quién echa un cable? ¿Qué queremos saber?
If I were to want to waste my time, which I do not, I would ask them who he is, how he got there, and the usual.
You have no idea what the usual is. Just ask whatever comes to mind.
¿Sabes quién era?
Kuno's fuck imp. Kuno uses the fuck imp for target practice.
Vale, que lo sabe. ¿Sabes cómo acabó ahí arriba?
Probably climbed. Kuno was busy down the road when that shit went down.
¿No
You
viste lo que
heard
pasó?
Kuno? Kuno wasn't even in Martinez. Kuno wasn't in Revachol. Kuno wasn't regional.
Entonces, ¿a dónde fuiste?
I don't know. Some fucking Mesco or I don't know. Some other place. Night City. Kuno was in fucking Night
Night
City.
City.
There is no Night City anywhere. That sounds like the name of a city in some pulp science fiction novel.
Ciudad ficticia. Novela de ciencia ficción barata.
Why you gotta be riding Kuno's ass? You haven't been where Kuno's been. You haven't been in Kuno's head. You wanna know where Kuno was? You wanna know what Kuno's been fucking up to?
Don't tell him that, Kuno. It's lame.
It's not fucking lame. Kuno's building Kuno's city. Night City. Rage City. The city of rage. That's it. And it's not lame.
Hostia, el culo está como una puta regadera, tío.
Lame.
Y la
That's
otra no
the
hace
name
más que
of
azuzar.
Kuno's city, bitch. Get the fuck off Kuno's back. This shit ain't about that.
¿Has visto lo
Just
sospechoso?
a couple of pigs sniffing around in the dirt. That seems pretty fucking suspicious to Kuno.
Yeah, you tell the faggoty, Kuno.
Ya seguiremos.
You're testing Kuno's patience here.
Get lost.
Háblame, háblame de la escena del crimen. ¿Venís mucho a jugar
Right,
aquí?
pig. This is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. Fuck do you want with it?
¿Qué hay en el
Don't
invernadero?
know. Keep that gardener used to work there.
La jardinera Culokit currelaba allí.
Kit is a pejorative term used to describe people of South Seminese or Erie-Uppergite descent. It used to be a common first name among the Erie-Uppergites of Ilmara. Not so much anymore.
¿Te refieres a la joven del Whirling?
Look, Kuno doesn't explain shit. Kuno just says shit.
Vale. O sea, la jardinera trabaja.
Yeah, her.
¿Esa escalera es
No,
tuya?
it's not fucking Kuno's. It's ancient. Look at it.
1000 años.
He thinks you're fucking fool, Kuno. He says you climb the ladder up to your magic treehouse.
Get the fuck out of here, pig. Kuno doesn't have a magic treehouse.
Tengo curiosidad por el
Don't
contenedor.
be wondering about Kuno's shit, pig.
Tengo una fuerte corazonada de que ahí hay algo de
Fuck
importancia.
does Kuno care about your hunch? That's your shit. You figured it out.
Kuno, y detrás hay un panel de eternita.
That's just some shit roofing gimps left behind. Lazy dinks.
Vale.
Yeah,
significa-
whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit.
Mi empatía, un 3% de empatía. Te achantaste ante Kuno. Vale, por igual perdí.
Kuno doesn't fuck.
Con este tío no voy a llegar a ningún lado. El charco. Las huellas. El cadáver. Y el contenedor. ¿Y la chica?
Kuno, the pig's getting pretty close to me. Come to snuff my shit out.
Viene a
I think.
empapelarme.
Looks like it's time for me to go, Kuno. Pig's come to take me in.
Calma, solo quiero hacerte unas
I'm
preguntas.
going away for a long, long time, Kuno. Going away for life.
La perpetua, dice.
What's going on there? fuck are you trying to pull, pig?
Peque. Peque.
What's this kid shit? Fucking mind games. I'd rather die than squeal.
Get the fuck out of here, face. You got done. Talk to me.
Que es su hermana. ¿Puedo seguir
I'll
hablando con ella?
die
Sí.
before I squeal.
Charlemos, Peque.
Murder was the case they gave me.
Nada, tío. Ok. Vamos a ver si consigo la llave del contenedor. Que la tiene el gerente. Bueno, vamos a hablar con la jardinera.
Hello again, officer. How are things?
¿A qué viene eso de puta policía?
Excuse me?
She's uncomfortable. Maybe you should drop this line of questioning.
Oh, well, I didn't write it there. I'm just sitting here.
Está bien, ahora me empiezas a
Ok.
saltarte. No me dice nada. Vale, a ver si no se corta, por Dios. Vale, tengo que hablar con esta señora. A ver qué me cuenta.
Can I help you?
¿El contenedor de basura de atrás es tuyo?
Mine? No, it belongs to the whirling in rags.
Mío no, pertenece al Whirling.
Thank you for clearing that up. Why do you keep the container locked?
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out. That's why. And the neighbors too. They put their trash there and they don't pay for the garbage company.
I thought as much. And are you the only party with access to the trash container?
¿Usted es la única persona con acceso al contenedor?
Well, yes. Us and the garbage disposal company.
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you. Okay then,
¿Qué le pasa?
maybe you're callous yourself.
What do you need them for?
It concerns the case. Please cooperate.
Por favor, coopere.
Just bring them back once you're done,
Vale,
please.
bota la llave del contenedor, de puta madre. Aparte, me gustaría hablarte de algo que he visto en el Whirling.
What thing?
Aparte, he visto un cartel que decía que no puedo entrar en la cocina. ¿Por qué no puedo
What
entrar?
are you, a cook now? That's none of your business.
Podría haber algo relevante para la
He wasn't
investigación.
pan-fried. He was lynched. What could the kitchen possibly have to do with... Fine, okay. The kitchen is closed until 1 p.m. because the cook is working. You can snoop
a
around
partir de la
after
1.
that, if you must.
Vale, ¿y el comedor está reservado por el
Yes,
sindicato?
not the whole damn union. Just the nastiest and loudest faction. They come here in the evenings. Dumb, unruly types. Think they're big shit. But they're good customers. They place big orders and always pay on time.
We should find out who this Lord faction is, occupying
Nueva
the
tarea.
booth.
Descubre
Loudness means talkative.
quién se reúne en el
and
reservado del
needed for.
sindicato.
We don't. We have to wait. They'll show up sooner or later. Men get hungry, even striking men. If not today, then they'll be here tomorrow.
What?
By the way, you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in the
Voy a
world.
cantar en el karaoke.
Absolutely out of...
Absolutely in the question. First we find a sad banger. Then we sing this place to shit.
El arte me ha de otra cosilla en el
Another
Whirling.
thing. Great. I love those.
Vale,
Yes.
ya lo tengo. El dinero que te debo no lo tengo, o sea que nos vamos. Tengo la llave, el comedor está cerrado, la cocina cerrada y el comedor cerrado. Tengo nuevo. Descubre quién se reúne en el reservado. Vale. Y objeto nada. Un 41% todavía la misión. Vale. Vamos a verlo. a abrir el contenedor. El escudo de la localidad de Revachol. El que está, el R que está ahí, ¿no? Vale.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says,
Abrir el candado con la
"Well,"
llave.
with a well-oiled crack. The lock pops open. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't.
Abrir la
The
taza.
smell of rotten food rises
Vale.
to greet
Más 10 de
you. You
experiencia.
see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
Hay cartones rezumantes, trapos sucios y desechos orgánicos.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
Mirar debajo de las
You
cajas de
see
cartón.
milk and egg rest with one broken egg in it. Some pasta wrapper. Picking up the soggy packages somehow feels familiar.
Rebuscar entre los paquetes te resulta familiar.
You've done this before. The movements are recorded in your elbows, the methodology in your fingers. You're
Acostumbrarte a
used
que
to
a hurgar en la
this.
basura.
No, searching for evidence in the trash.
Buscar pruebas, vale, vale.
A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below, and turbo noodles. Nothing of note, however.
Remover los trapos.
Among the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. A pair of denim trousers. As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage, a rank corpse smell
Vale,
fills
son
the
del
air.
muerto, ¿no?
The victim's clothes? Cadaverine odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay.
Se la quitaron cuando aún estaba en las primeras etapas de
Drop them in here,
descomposición.
officer. Guitar
Compulsar.
marked blue jeans. Pockets empty or emptied. He wore them with a belt, too. A white belt. The loops appear stretched, but
Ok.
the belt is missing. That's it.
Falta
Do
el
you see
cinturón.
anything else in there? I have another bag here.
Something slimy catches your eye.
Algo pringoso te llama la atención. Echarle el
A
guante.
drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus.
Una camisa de manga larga color oliva goteando pus.
This is a military type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario. Anything more?
Anything more.
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your eye. But other than that,
Una toalla rasgada, una taza.
All right. We should go to Gart again
¿Quién dejó la
and
ropa en
ask
la
if he
basura?
knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that force.
Sí, tenemos que preguntar a los chicos quién la puso ahí. ¿Crees que alguien del Whirling pudo estar involucrado? Sí, tenemos que preguntar a los chicos quién la puso ahí.
The fuck's he on about, kids? You hear that, Kuno? He thinks you're an infant or something.
See?
¿Crees que alguien del Whirling pudo estar
Not
involucrado?
really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash, the lid was locked, and his establishment had the key. It's just a small loose thread.
Ok.
the lieutenant nods, then looks back into the trash
Bien,
container.
puedo rebuscar entre los restos de comida.
It's just organic waste, cold and slimy on your hands. Apple and potato peels, mostly. Unidentified sludge, and the
But-
occasional chicken bone thrown in for good measure. But hey, nothing. It's nothing.
Nada.
Nothing more to see here.
Mi mundo interior no...
What's this? A
¿Qué
blue
es?
piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny. Looks like the corner of something. They look badly
Yes,
damaged,
yes.
but you can still make out
Un
forms and
portapapeles
notes
dañado.
written in a man's handwriting.
Officer, is that your
Sus papeles.
paperwork? Yes, it is. Look.
Tarea
This
secreta
plastic has the
completada.
RCM
Qué
street
bueno.
grid on it. You've even got an
Nuevo
autopsy
punto de
form.
habilidad. Hasta cuenta con un formulario de autopsia y un trozo de papel andrajoso pegado.
If you don't mind me asking, how did this get in the trash?
Creo que decidí que no quería seguir siendo policía, así que los tiré.
Well, lucky we found it. You should take stock of what remains, just to be sure some has not made it into the hands of the RCM's adversaries. Organized crime and the like.
Debería
There
hacer
might have been
inventario de lo
police
que queda.
secrets in your notes.
De acuerdo.
It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Now, tell me what your eagle eyes see. Or are we finished?
Vale, lee tus documentos y nombra el caso.
Some items, such as the ledger you found, are interactable. Go to your inventory and select the Interact tab to read your paperwork.
Algunos objetos como el portapapeles que acabas de encontrar son interactivos. Abre tu inventario y busca la pestaña Interactuar. Vale. La taza.
You pick out a broken mug with an oddly racist depiction of the yellow man frolicking in saffron.
Una antigüedad.
Only in its social sensibility.
Vale, es una taza racista. Se la puedo dar al del kiosco. Coge la taza.
You've acquired an interactable item. Investigate this item further by going to the Interact tab in your inventory.
Has conseguido un objeto interactivo. Investígalo más a fondo desde la pestaña Interactuar. Vale.
The container sounds a muffled gong.
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it all.
Vale. Las escaleras para niños no aguantaría el peso. Vale, tengo un huevo de cosas, ¿eh? A ver. Puedo subir de nivel, para empezar. Puedo interactuar con la taza.
It's just a racist mug.
No es más que
What's
una
there
taza
to read
racista.
here? Not much.
De hecho, da mucho en qué pensar. Mira cuánto
Oh
contenido.
boy, here we go. What are you going to say about a broken, tossed-away mug that you dug out of the garbage?
Voy a restregarle esto en la cara a cada comerciante que encuentre y a decirles: ¿esta es tu estúpida ideología? No debería estar en la basura.
Understood. You're that kind of detective.
Vale, ahí la tengo. Puedo interactuar con ella, ¿no? Sí, vale. Y estos son mis portapapeles. ¿Quién dejó la ropa en la basura? Pregunta a Kuno y pregunta a Bart. Y lee los documentos. Vale, pues. Venga, interactuar.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
¿Algo más?
There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet
Qué
paper,
asco, joder.
desperately sticking to the back of the blue plastic clipboard. It's a metaphor for you. Below the pathetics, terror. Do not look into its blue heart.
Vale. Examinar el papel
It's
higiénico.
just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it off if you want.
A lo mejor es papel de cocina.
If you want it to be kitchen tissue, it can be kitchen tissue. It's not though.
Quitársela, venga.
Still wet, the toilet paper, I mean kitchen tissue, sorry, peels off the plastic easily. All you have to do is shake it off your finger and voila, the ledger now looks marginally better.
Vale, se me
An
da la cabeza.
aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. A regular pencil, the tip worn down to nothing, has been attached to the clip.
Con un lápiz. Vale. Pasar el dedo por el
The
aluminio.
surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular, sparkling with iridescence. You don't know how you didn't notice it before.
Teniente, ¿qué es esto?
What? That thing. It's a halogen watermark. We use it for adding information to RCM property.
¿Qué clase
It
de
depends.
información?
Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my station number and address. The information varies by date of issue.
Vale.
How many years you've been on the force?
¿Cómo puedo leerla?
Any capable light with the right wavelength will do. All RCM vehicles have headlights designed to reveal halogen
Con los faros.
watermarks.
Vale, vale,
Mine
vale.
too.
Pues con los faros de su coche podemos
This
verlo.
means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on.
Eso es todo.
Okay.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard in your hand, it's a sorry sight.
Vale, ojalá los papeles blancos.
They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol, and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across entire pages.
Eso puedo
The
aprovechar.
paper itself is checkered, with faint red lines, forming short paragraphs.
Y el tío que está ahorcado, ¿por qué lleva unas botas de Star Wars?
Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files, commit to paper." The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organized and extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
¿Qué hay ahí? ¿De qué va?
Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number is hard to estimate, due to missing pages and an odd naming convention. But there are at least 20, maybe 30 cases
20 o 30
undertaken,
casos.
not completed, mind you. It's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average.
2 casos a la semana. Convención de nombres. Creo que he echado un buen vistazo. ¿Qué era eso de la convención?
It appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins. Yet, still more tellingly, most are accompanied by a name.
La mayoría van acompañados de un nombre. Y escritos en
Yes,
mayúscula.
all caps. One is called The Next World Mural.
Hay
Another,
nombres.
The Square Bullet Hole Murders.
Hay nombres.
Another yet, The Unsolvable Case.
Muy buenas, Rebel. Bienvenido, tío. Está muy bien el juego, la verdad. Está muy bien. Hay que leer mucho, pero si te gusta este tipo de juegos, es una pasada, macho.
Others appear more light-hearted. The guys on a couch in an unexpected location, and the murder at the hookah parlor. Even the rare article-free collapsing tenement. Murder features prominently throughout.
Los chicos del sofá en un lugar
It's
inesperado.
going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Once you're done inspecting them up close.
Que en mis casos parecen emplear algún tipo de convención de nombres.
You mean the alphanumeric? Officer, precinct, time of arrival at the scene?
No, me refiero a uno no numérico.
Oh, you mean the titular? Yes, well, so do I. In our defense, almost everyone in the RCM does.
¿Y eso por qué?
It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to refer to their work among themselves.
Los asesinatos del agujero de bala cuadrado.
Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. His death was real. Still, I named it that, to amuse myself.
Por distensión.
I pray his loved ones never find out.
¿Qué le pasó?
Rail spiked through the head. He died.
Ah,
It was a workplace
un clavo.
accident.
Son 2 casos a la semana, una buena carga de
Ah.
trabajo.
Two complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start making mistakes.
No estoy seguro de haberlos completado.
Two? That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you are making mistakes, by the way. That was presumptuous of me.
Me quemé a base de
It's
vino.
okay. We all do, sooner or later.
Vale, así me respeta un poquito mi compañero.
Like a fan of girls, the checkered papers dry in your hand. The handwriting is extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
Tengo que abrir un caso oficial. Hay espacio.
There is, for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid forms a structure of passages, breaking the case into subtasks to accomplish.
Vale, poner el caso por escrito. Utilizar el bolígrafo que te dio
The
el libro.
tasks you've completed flow out of the kind green ape pen in a brash freehand similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's almost robotically simple. A language developed for mental rigor
Si
and
tuviese el boli,
simplicity. Inspect the victim's body.
las tareas que has completado fluyen del bolígrafo. Examina el cuerpo de la víctima.
Interview the cafeteria manager.
Interroga al gerente.
A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done, it seems to say. And you, and you. Things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the citizens' militia.
El
Now,
hombre
No,
ahorcado.
actually. Any ideas?
El ahorcado. El ahorcado.
Great. That's great. That's actually what I was thinking too. The Hanged Man. Good, strong name. We have a very good name for the case now. I'm going to start
Vale.
calling it the Hanged Man.
Más
It's
30
good we sorted
experiencia.
this out.
Creo que he echado un buen vistazo.
you don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now.
Lógica. Más uno. ¿Quién explicó el sistema? Vale. Necesito mejor lógica. Necesito subir la lógica. Vamos a ojear los papeles amarillos. ¿Volver a revisar? No. A ver si ojeando los papeles amarillos subimos la lógica. A ver, un segundito. Tengo que subir la lógica. Colócate frente a los faros de quién para leer las marcas halógenas de tu portátil. Podría proporcionarte algo de información sobre quién eres. Vale, vamos a hacer eso. Tengo que subir la lógica. Aquí el coche. Vale.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
¿Cómo enciendo los
Pull out.
faros?
All right. Ready? I turn, you press start. It's next to the preheater.
¿Preparado? Vale. Yo giro y usted presiona arrancar. Vamos.
The dashboard lights up with orange glow. The rounds per minute gauge jumps, and the engine. The
Faros.
lights unfold with a little click,
Lee las marcas
casting
halógenas. Qué
electrical
bueno.
light onto the ground before the vehicle.
There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done. We just need to stand in front of the machine now.
Venga. Vamos a ponernos delante. Vale, ya me lo marca.
As you hold your ledger's clip,
Aparece un
under the
holograma
headlamp, an
iridiscente.
iridescent hologram appears. A street grid and the veins of a great river. A familiar sensation washes over you.
Es un mapa. Una red de calles y las venas de un gran río. Una sensación familiar se apodera de ti.
There she is. Revachol West.
Around the
Mapa de-
borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds of micro-perforations.
Mirar las
There are many
perforaciones.
of them, and they are divided into 3 separate rows.
En 3 filas. Perforaciones en 3
The
filas.
first row has 18 dots.
La primera fila tiene 18 perforaciones.
The next is the longest. It runs all the way around the border, and then there are so
Contarlas.
many, it's hard to count. More than 150. At least, maybe even 200. The last row has 3 perforations.
¿Qué significa eso?
That's it.
¿Qué significan todos estos agujeritos?
Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They are your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you'd keep a record. Officers often do. Let's take a look. The first row represents your years of service.
Los años de
18
servicio.
years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered?
18 años llevo ya.
That's what it says. I might have guessed even longer based on your age. What did you do all those blissful years of your youth?
Algún coñazo de trabajo de oficina. Tengo sed de vivo por ahí. Probablemente algún coñazo de trabajo de oficina.
No shame in working a regular job, detective. Sometimes after a long day of doing this, I even envy it. Let's move on, shall we? This next row, the one that wraps all the way around, is your number
200
of
casos
closed
cerrados.
cases.
Joder,
Wow, more than 200.
eso es mucho.
It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers.
Me estás diciendo que era un super
Call
poli.
it what you want. You were a valuable member of your precinct. Right.
Tiene más.
Those are your confirmed kills.
Bajas
You've
confirmadas.
got
3.
precisely 3 perforations there.
Eso no es
For an
mucho.
RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock quarter, it's rather tame. I mean that in a good way. There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, it's usually by accident. But it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have that to be thankful for.
¿Cómo lidias con el estrés?
Everyone has their own method of coping, some more effective or self-destructive than others. Personally, I find it helps to keep up a few hobbies. Oh, this and that. Let's not get into it now.
Debería buscar un pasatiempo.
Why not gardening? You've already got the gloves.
It's meant in earnest. Please don't mistake it for a jab.
¿Alguna vez has matado a alguien?
Yes.
Ok,
The lieutenant nods.
vale. Mirar la
The
reciente red de calles.
rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revachol are all recognizable. They shimmer in the Kanema's headlights. A
Mira tu
rat
alrededor.
brazenly darts past you and disappears amongst the stopped lorries. In the distance, a child somewhere shrieks. A woman reprimands her in a voice no quieter than the child's cry.
Ah, Martinez.
¿Dónde estamos?
Let me see. Right here.
Parece
No,
agradable.
it does not.
Está bien, vamos.
Right. I'll go turn off the lights.
Vale. Hemos apagado. Hemos leído las marcas. Podrás ver tus estadísticas en el diario, a la derecha. Hostia. Vale, aquí nada. Diario. ¿Qué estadísticas? Superestrella, apocalíptico, eso. Arrepentido, 1, soso 2. Casos cerrados, 216. Bajas 3. Consigo una copia del mapa de la ciudad. Necesito un mapa, tío. Tareas. Vale. Fúmate unos pitillos. Examina el cuerpo. Tengo que no vomitar. Denunciar la desaparición de tu placa. Vale. Pagar el motel. Esto que se está haciendo solo, ¿no? ¿Cuánto va? 55%. Concurso de meadas, el informe al final del día. ¿Y quién dejó la ropa en la basura? Pregúntale a uno y pregúntale a Garte. Vale. ¿Puedo utilizar esto o no?
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the board, with the
58%.
permeables drawer inside. It's barely held together by a clip, then made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner. In the back, you see thin, translucent
¿Los amarillos ya los había visto?
some neon yellow, some bright red, all covered in boxes, like marching armies. These look like official forms, waiting to be filled out. Then rip them from the binder and hand them out. According to
¿Qué
type
tipo de
of form,
formularios hay?
3. The topmost are misconduct fines, the middle ones are station calls, and the bottommost are field autopsy forms. Each is easy enough to make sense of.
Multa por mala conducta, citación y autopsia.
A monetary penalization ranging from 20 to 250 real. Severe cases allow for 1,000 real, but that requires special paperwork. The details of issuing these fines are spread out
Multa
over
por mala
the rest of
conducta.
the fields.
Necesito poner un par de multas de esas.
These
Citación
are
a
quite
comisaría.
sinister in turn. They give a date and time for the person to appear at the specified precinct police station. Below the call are the criminal charges you risk by not appearing.
Y autopsia
A
de
dozen
campo.
pages of thin copy paper, bright red in color. You see the parameters of a deceased human form waiting to be filled in. Age, sex, condition of internal organs.
Eso me
Yes, all that remains now is to fill those forms and hand them to people. Fines for wrongdoers, interview requests for bad guys, and field autopsies to dead guys. The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. Being sandwiched between the board and the rest of the paperwork must have spared the fragile copier paper.
58. Ha subido uno, ¿no? 58%. Mira el portapapel.
It's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone to submission with. The edges are
58,
rounded,
eh?
however. The U4 size board feels thick and heavy in your hand. Light shimmers on its wet surface. On the back you see the embossed letters RCM,
¿De qué color?
blue. The blue heart. Don't look into it.
Agita el
Something
portapapel.
rattles inside, ever so lightly. Is there a hidden compartment?
Qué brillo. Una llave.
The plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli, but it is not see-through. You cannot see to its center. With
Hola.
your hands, U4-sized pages hang from the clip screwed to the top of the board.
58%. Conectividad. Oler.
The acidic stench of rotting food is rubbed off
Conectividad.
on the
Necesito subir la
cellulose.
conectividad.
It now forms the base of the experience. This base surrounded by a faint air of spoiled meat, the stuff of death itself, and then sprinkled liberally with the citrus zest of toilet cleaner.
Conectividad. Necesito subir la conectividad. A ver. ¿Se me está bajando con algo? Conectividad. Compostura. Vale, tengo conectividad en los guantes. No. Conectividad. ¿Cómo está? Camisa. No, manipulación. Conectividad. Si pongo... Más intelecto. A ver. ¿Cómo era esto? Interactuando, ¿no? Sí.
It's the ledger you found in the trash, a cabbage of papers hanging from the board, with the permeables drawer inside.
Tengo -1 por
It's
el lado
barely
solitario
held
camino a
together by
casa.
a clip, then made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
-1 por el lado solitario camino a casa. ¿Pero lo he terminado ya? -1 por lo que estoy aprendiendo. ¿Cómo se llega, tío? ¿Qué pasa? Ahora, el lago solitario camino a casa. -1 por el... Voy a parar un segundito. A ver ahora. Interactuar.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the board.
No.
With the permeables drawer inside. It's barely held together by a clip.
¿Qué pasa?
Then
Si lo
made
aprendo,
complete by
me da
the
-1.
faint smell of urinal cleaner.
Joder, es que me da más una enciclopedia. Venga, apréndelo. Ok. Habíamos venido aquí por algo, ¿no? Porque con los faros podíamos ver... Vale, con los faros podíamos entender mejor el... Esto.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the board. With the permeables drawer inside. It's barely
Me deja
held together
revisar
by
los archivos.
arson, petty theft, spousal abuse. Handwritten logs on dozens of investigations date back to January 51. Stamped case files. Commit to paper.
It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM. Right after...
Your secret is safe with the rotten cabbage of papers in your hand. Writing covers. You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now.
¿Sería ya capaz de leer los archivos del caso? Lo intento. Voy a subir la lógica. O subo la conectividad. Voy a subir la conectividad. Voy a subir la conectividad. Voy a mejorar la conectividad. ¿Dónde está? Aquí. Conectividad, conectividad. Aquí. Vale, conectividad 5. A ver ahora.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the board. With the permeables drawer
Vamos
inside.
allá.
It's barely held together by a clip.
Venga,
Then made
72%.
complete by the faint smell of urinal
Oportunidad alta.
cleaner.
Vamos allá. Vale, éxito.
The two sides of the board appear slightly misaligned, like a drawer that's come off its slides. If you bend the plastic on your knee slowly, the slides snap back into place. It should be possible to just,
Abrir el
without
compartimento.
resistance or sound, the two panels move against each other. Two ticket
¿Qué hay
stubs
dentro?
and a handmade postcard.
Dos resguardos y una postal.
Two octopuses are smiling, reaching their tentacles toward each other in the colored pencil drawings. The tickets permit access to the zoo in Revachol East. The aquarium costs extra. These let you go there too.
Zoológico y el acuario. Qué bueno, coge la postal.
Thin wax paper has been glued to a piece of cardboard. Sounds like leaves rustling when you pick it up. You see violet flowers, floral patterns, patches of glue. It
Olerla.
smells of chewing gum, apricot flavored.
Huele a chicle de
A
albaricoque.
touch of cinnamon, the end of summer. You think the label says tutti frutti.
Abrirla.
Familiar handwriting lines the inside of the card. Looped,
la postal de
round
su
letters in a woman's hand. A young woman in her 20s. There is care, effort, and a smile, you think. Although that is not something you can read from someone's handwriting. Harry, it begins. You're already reading. I wanted to write you a letter so you can read it when you wake up. Maybe it will make you happy. Throw it away,
Qué bueno.
please.
Seguir
Your
leyendo.
hand shakes holding the card. Every morning when I step out and you're asleep behind me, it says, I find a little piece of sadness in me. I carry it in my chest, down Voyager Road. Every step I take, It grows. By the time I reach the fuel station, it has filled me entirely. I step onto the light rail and look back. Sparks fall from the bow collector. I know it will be like this until late afternoon, when I get off the 42 and walk back to you.
Seguir leyendo.
You. Every step I take will get lighter. It almost makes me run. Sometimes I do. I can't believe I met you. I can't believe the happiness I feel with you. You have a vast, vast soul, and I will always come back to it. Kisses, kisses, kisses. You feel the air sucked out of your lungs and the blood sucked out of your head. Everything around you gets dark.
Hostia,
Small white dots appear.
se va todo negro.
You feel the ledger slip from your hand. No. Hold on.
Hostia.
To what? There's nothing.
Detective, is everything alright?
Es redondo. ¿Qué ha pasado? Se ha desmayado. Hostia, que no se corta ahora, ¿eh?